Namaste, dear listeners, and welcome to the Iowa channel Astro in with Abhi, Oneness in Astrology and Spirituality, bringing in awareness by Abhi. If you haven't yet, then please subscribe to the channel, like and share to as many people as you possibly can who you think would benefit from this insight. Now, we've done the Mercury, Mars, Venus, Saturn retrogrades. Today we're going to talk about the Uranus retrograde, the do's and don'ts. So, this is a podcast on the do's and don'ts for the Uranus retrograde. Now, before I go any further, I want to say thank you to everybody that has already subscribed to my channel. Thank you for all your positive comments on my WhatsApp, your reviews, and definitely on my TikTok account. Now let's go straight into it. In order to understand a Uranus retrograde, the do's and don'ts, let's talk about a retrograde, what it means, what Uranus symbolizes, and his duties. And then we'll go into the actual retrograde. All right. Now, firstly, a planet that is in retrograde motion is a planet that is moving further away from Earth. Therefore, that planet's energy is less impacted on this planet, meaning whatever energy it is giving off is felt less on the planet, which has a direct impact on this planet and all forms of life. Now, let's look at Uranus. What is the dharma or the duties of Uranus? What is the energy they give off? So, I'd like to describe Uranus as a dimension or planet that governs unexpected changes. Uranus is a quick, sudden change that can happen unexpectedly depending on your karma. It can represent breakthroughs, revolutions, and disruption of the status quo. Now, I'd like to also describe Uranus as governing that freedom in you, making you feel wanting to be free, that individuality. It emphasizes the original or the originality in you, that independence and the need to break free from whatever traditional structures and belief systems you may have. When I've had this impact in my life back in 2017, most of the things that I held on to, um, there are certain things that I held on to. That sudden quick Uranus movement, also back in 2019, 2017, um, I broke free from these things. So Uranus is a planet that is very, very, very much needed, and is the reason why Uranus sits in our solar system. Now, Uranus also governs your progress and innovation, your innovation abilities. It's linked to scientific advancements, technological breakthroughs, right? The new ways of thinking, humanitarian concerns, governing global social justice, brotherhood, environmental issues. Basically, Uranus is asking for a more desirable, an equitable, and sustainable world. Now, Uranus also governs electricity, invention, technological advancements, that creativity in you. Right? Now, when Uranus is retrograde, holistically, you see there's a collapse in different institutions, from political place, um, power outages. If you see, ever since Uranus has entered Taurus energy in 2019, March, we've been going through a tremendous amount of power, water issues, land issues, um, weather issues, weather patterns in this country, South Africa. This is all because Uranus is bringing that sudden, quick movement of energy um, in the Taurus sign, which is the sign of the Earth. Now, what are the do's and don'ts? Now, firstly, in order to understand what are the do's and don'ts, it was very good for you to understand what Uranus retrograde is actually about. What does Uranus represent? So now that we understand this, let's go on to the do's and don'ts. Now, I would like to describe the don'ts first, as the first one being, do not hold on to any status quo. Do not hold on to any belief system. Do not hold on to your own way of thinking. In fact, it's a good time to become open-minded. So it's not a time to hold on to your own beliefs, um, your own patterns. your own way of thinking. Basically, do not resist the change. Do not make any rash decisions. Do not judge yourself. Right? You should not rush the process. Do not let anger or impatience get the best of you. And the most important thing, do not neglect your long-term goals if you do have them. Now, if you don't have them, it's fine. But if you do have them, you should not neglect it, because it will make you feel even more worse when Uranus goes direct. Right? Now, also, if I look at the Uranus retrograde, anger is something that most human beings have a very difficult time trying to manage. Now, during a Uranus retrograde, it can become absolutely painful if you act out in anger. You can make the most well, the decisions are difficult, but you can make the decisions that can bring the most difficulty in your life in terms of the consequences of your decisions. Therefore, it's very important to not make any decisions during a Uranus retrograde. Now, Uranus is the modern ruler of Saturn, or Saturn's sign. So we must understand that Uranus also governs um, Aquarius, the modern ruler for Aquarius. Um, so Uranus is basically governing um, the bigger picture beyond the you. Yeah? Now let's go into the do's. What are the things that you should do during a a Uranus retrograde? Uh, Don't so don't allow your emotions to overrule you. So what you need to do is to meditate. So if we are saying if we are saying you, I'm saying you do not let your emotions rule you or anger rule you. How do you not do it? Well, what you need to do is meditate. It's very easy to say you need to not do it, but how do you not do it? You see? So what you should also do is go back to all the things that you have had in your mind that you wanted to plan to do. Re-look at it. And this is a very good time to start planning, putting pen to paper. Putting pen to paper means you must start writing down all the things that you want. You need to be very honest with yourself. You need to pursue what you really want in life. You need to get rid of unwanted relationships and jobs that you are sticking onto for namesake. You need to embrace the fears and worries with ease. You need to let go and let be. You need to embrace the personal growth. You need to make adjustments with customs and traditions. You need to break free from things that you are following which you do not understand. You need to involve yourself in some kind of political or social circle. Get involved in some kind of humanitarian act. You need to lift your voice against existing norms for the good. You need to make a difference around you holistically. You need to do things differently from other people and allow yourself to change and other people as well. Do not be a judgmental person. You need to make the most of your spare time, and do not let your anger get the better of you. And I've already spoken about this through meditation. You need to meditate. Number one, basically in every part of your life, whatever you go through, you need to meditate. I will say this in all my sessions. You will see I always talk about meditation. So I thank you very, very much, dear listeners. I hope you understand during a Uranus retrograde the do's and don'ts. Now I'm gonna do on my next podcast. I'm going to do the Neptune retrograde. So that's it from me. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Ram, Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Shri Ram. Goodbye.